Get ready with me while I tell you about a new fear that has been unlocked when traveling on an airplane. Yesterday, I was flying home from Seattle. I'm in the airport, my boarding gets called, so we all line up. A nice airport person scans our boarding passes. It got a little congested getting on the plane, so me and a handful of people were hanging out in that weird floating tin tube that you hang out on between the building and the plane. I just Googled it and it's called a passenger boarding bridge, and this is what it looks like. So we're all hanging out there. The lady in front of me was on her phone for a majority of the time, but then right before we stepped onto the plane, she put her phone in her front sweatshirt pocket. So she's in front of me, it's time for her to board the plane. This part right here, key to the story. When you are boarding an airplane, you have the airplane over here and then the passenger boarding bridge on this side. This right here is a teeny tiny crack between the two of them. Now, this gap between the plane and the passenger boarding bridge, it ain't big enough for somebody to get their foot caught, not big enough for someone to fall through. It's this teeny tiny little crack. The lady in front of me was getting on the plane. She was pushing her luggage in front of her. One of her luggage wheels got stuck in the little crack between the plane and the floating bridge thing. As she used her body as force to get the luggage out in front, her phone from her mid-tall sweatshirt pocket was shimmying to the edge. As she finally got her luggage into the plane, this poor woman, she takes one step into the plane and her phone from her middle sweatshirt pocket shimmies out of her sweatshirt. It doesn't land in the plane or on the passenger boarding bridge. It somehow falls in between that teeny tiny crack. Keep in mind, we are very high above the ground, so it falls between the crack. We all scream. We're able to flag down one of the workers being like, hey, her phone literally just fell. And luckily somebody who was doing the luggage in the belly of the plane was able to grab the phone, bring it back up to her. But unfortunately, screen was shattered. Felt so bad for her because what are the odds of that ever happening? So now, whenever I am traveling on a plane, every time I step over that crack into the plane, I'm gonna think about that poor woman who shattered her phone. She was the one in a million. So now I have slight beef between the plane and the passenger boarding bridge. Thanks for getting ready with me. And has this ever happened to you? If it has, I am so sorry. And let's hope it doesn't happen again.